It's Friday night, and what the fuck are you doing? I'll tell you what you're doing. You're sitting home dreaming about sweaty, built-bedded underwear. And who better to do it with than the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast? And here's your host, Iconoclast and Dick Taco.
Welcome to the newest episode of the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. I'm Iconoclast.
And I am your host, Dick Taco. I have never been more disinterested in wrestling than I have been in the last, I would say, month. And it's disturbing to me with CM Punk as champion. You'd think I'd be happy.
Fuck CM Punk.
I think he is riding the whole Hogan gimmick. You know what I mean? About making that thing up about the Brazil flag thing, about the guns. And now he does a WrestleMania 9 and wins the title from Cody, out from under Cody.
Do you think he's doing this on purpose?
No, I think they're writing it that way. Or he might be doing it that way. I have a feeling.
Whatever. I was reading this whole thing since we last
It's been a couple
recorded.
Of weeks, hasn't it? It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was reading this whole thing about how he got fired from AEW on purpose.
Oh, no, I don't think that. I think Tony had to fire him like that because he wasn't going to come back. He was just going to sit out like he did in WWE. He was just going to sit there. So it was either pay the guy to sit there or find a way to terminate the contract, you know? And Punk had 2 contracts. Remember that? They said. He had a contract as a talent, and I think he was head booker or head creative for Collision when they started it or something like that.
Yes. He got to have his own little treehouse on Collision where he
said he was against it. He said he was against it. He said, just let me go.
Bull fucking shit.
I don't know how you think you know the guy so well. Do you know him well enough to call him Phil? I don't think so.
Yeah, now we got him and fucking Brutus Beefcake out there all the time.
I will admit, I've seen more of Danhausen and the New York Knicks since they won the championship than I would care to admit. But did you watch Saturday night's main event?
No.
I did not either, because I will tell you, I was about as excited for this card as I would get for a fucking case of crabs, because I was not interested. But from what it says here, I am going to watch it.
These are good Delaware River crabs. I think there's a sewage runoff around here.
Hey, you ever had crabs before? Yeah. Well, were they? Alaskan King? Yeah, I don't know if they were Alaskan King, but they felt huge. All right, looks like the card was headlined with Punk and Cody against Sami Zayn and Gunther. This is a typical week before SummerSlam showdown match.
Yeah, and then Nick Aldis interfered in it.
Well, you know Nick's coming back and he's going to wrestle Gunther, which I'm excited about because Nick always deserved it in the big time. He got the TNA and that was it.
He was NWA champion.
Well, yeah, his actual run as the NWA champion is better than his TNA run as Magnus tag team champions with Samoa Joe. It was a fast-paced match delivered in every way possible, including setting up a likely match between Gunther and SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. This is courtesy of Yahoo Sports. Who's interfered?
Yeah, but this is such a bullshit, for Gunther's gimmick, because for Gunther's creative, because it's so good. It's so shitty. Where it's what's the biggest thing they have for him? They gave him a title run. and now he's fucking feuding with a GM.
I know, they made him the longest running Intercontinental Champion. They broke that holy record by the Honky Tonk Man. But all this interfered.
Honky love.
All this interfered. He can't be GM any longer then. They're going to have to, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have that. You couldn't have a babyface GM screwing heels. It's just not done. I mean, if it could be done once, but he's got to go now.
Don't club. He's got to go.
I love it how you speak in Sopranos now. I'm like, hey, how you doing? You're like, don't sell coke along those routes. I'm like, what? Shut up. Speak English.
Well, I brought that up because, I got Richie Aprile living downstairs.
All I got to say is, you grab on to Ginny Sacramone, your fucking hands will disappear. But yeah, hold on here. Yeah, Nick Aldis cost Gunther the win. And beyond the main event, they kicked off with the lone championship match of Paige and Brie Bella defended against the newcomers' Fatal Influence.
Did you see all that shit that was going on with them getting grabbed on the way out?
Who? What? Where?
The women, because they do this, like, they make the entrance ramp so narrow to where guys can, like,
it's like it was when I was a kid, right? It's like a little, like, runway, yeah.
But guys just, like, reach out and, like, touch their breasts and stuff because it's so close. It was disgusting.
See, guys wouldn't even do that when I was a kid. You go back and watch World Class, right? When Von Erichs used to come down, the girls were going after him. But you didn't have anything, but you had them little poles with a rope, like at the fucking movie theater. When they're trying to herd you into going into the theater, You didn't have anything. And you go back even further than that. The first WrestleMania, there's like a cunt hair's worth of room between the ring and the fucking people. They have the barricades up, but Hogan falls out and he's like stuck because he's so fucking big.
Remember, this is the same. Remember, you remember the Ox Baker riot?
Do I remember it? I showed it to you. You fucking want to be know-it-all. That's all Masters of the Universe was, dude. Was it fucking? Did you see it yet, Masters of the Universe?
No, I'd rather watch the Flash Gordon movie.
I don't know. Watch Flash Gordon, then watch Masters of the Universe, then go back and watch Flash Gordon again.
I actually liked that Flash Gordon movie.
Yeah, you fucking would. You like Soki Doogie, Legend of the Overfiend. Didn't I get you that?
No.
I have it. I got it for you. You never retrieved it. I remember watching that in fucking 11th grade, dude. Joe Jarrell. Danny Monroe was the guy's name that brought that. He lived up this way. And he would.
That's crazy. That's crazy, brother.
Yeah, it looks like. Who's this? Fatal Influence. Thanks to involvement from JC Jane, Lady Reed, and Fallon Henley, captured their first. Lady Reed and Fallon Henley defeated Brie Bella and Paige to capture the tag team titles, opening up a potential avenue for Nikki Bella to return pending her recovery from an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Now,
the Bellas just. I'm sorry. Like, the Bellas just aren't. Like, the Bellas and Paige, it's not that they're bad. I don't want to say they're bad. It's that they're from a different era where...
Oh, the Bellas?
And Paige, I think.
Paige is a little bit right after them. The Bellas were around for a minute. So, they might be in two... The Bellas might be in two eras. You know what I mean?
And also, Paige and Nikki both have, neck injuries that they have to watch out for.
Well, Nikki has to carry around those two pontoons on her chest. No wonder her fucking neck hurts.
But then, and I mean, like Paige when she was in AEW, she had to, wrestle a very limited style.
Yeah, as in she couldn't wrestle. And now with Nikki Bella, her neck can't be any better. She's bagging that Cooper DeJean from the Eagles. He's like your age. He's dribbling her head off of that headboard, dude.
What?
He's banging her. He's like 23 years old. Or she was. The guy is a safety for the Eagles.
I don't know football.
I just fucking told you who it was.
Cooper DeJean, that rhymes with Valjean, the main character in Victor Hugo's Les Miserables.
Oh my God. Why? Who Les Miserables? That's what I used to call your mother. That's what I used to call your mother, the Miserable.
Well, sorry for the fact that I'm the only person in this family that's cultured.
Oh my God, your nan would cut your fucking throat with the same thing she makes that awesome ziti with. Anyway. Now this is per Yahoo Sports saying this, remember. And undeniably the most fun and viral match of the night, I kind of doubt it. I would say, and undeniably another moment that started to kill wrestling, New York Knicks cult hero Danhausen enlisted the help of actual Knicks Carl Anthony Towns, who became Cathausen and some mini-Housens, to defeat J.D. McDonough and finally vanquish the Judgment Day.
J.D. McDonough, the Irish troll under the bridge, charging you 2 silver coins to cross.
Towns even got into it on the physicality, delivering towering chokeslams to McDonough and Mysterio. How tall is J.D. McDonough? It didn't have to be that big to be towering.
The thing is that, like, did Danhausen himself actually wrestle at all?
Yeah, it looks like it, but you're not missing anything. You're not missing. He doesn't really do anything.
Because, yeah, he's not a wrestler. He's a fucking attraction.
Yeah. Hold on, we're not done. Cathausen wasn't the only Knicks star to get a moment. Jalen Brunson appeared with Roman Reigns. Reigns presented Brunson with a custom championship belt before Seth Rollins' music hit and Tyrese Halliburton emerged as a distraction. Rollins briefly had the upper hand on Reigns before Brunson intervened and helped the tribal chief stand tall 2 weeks before the two clash at SummerSlam.
Did you see the thing, speaking of athletes, it looks like they're setting up Tom Brady versus Logan Paul.
Oh, my Lord! Tom Brady! Oh, my God. Have you ever seen him run, Tom Brady?
No.
Like, you don't know football, but there's a pocket passer and there's a scrambling passer. You know, pocket passer stands there back in the pocket like Peyton Manning throws the ball. Scrambler was more like Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair. They run around all over the place. They get rushing yards. Brady is slower than my mother. I mean,
But he was quarterback, right?
Yeah, but he had a fucking hell of an arm. And he also had some of the greatest receivers ever. He's got 7 fucking Super Bowl rings, dude. Nobody else has 5.
Yeah. So I guess, yes, quarterback, his job, is to pass it to a receiver.
Yeah, but fuck him and Logan Paul. Logan Paul is uninteresting. I can't believe they would even do that. Like, you're just digging an even bigger hole here for shit you're never going to be able to get out of. And finally, Lyra Valkyria, who should not be anywhere near a wrestling ring, and Bayley's...
You just hate her because of that accident that wasn't even her fault.
You act like it's forgivable, though. It's not. It's not forgivable.
It's the fault of their prop department.
No, it's whatever, dude. You're responsible when you're out there. You, the worker, to make yourself look good, to help get yourself over between you and the announcers and the crowd.
I want you.
I want the stallion. Yeah, but between you, the announcers, and the crowd, you have to know how to get over on your own and stay over.
Yeah, but they turned her, like, heel, and now she has, like, a different gimmick or something.
Yeah, she's having a rivalry with Bayley, who they're talking about Bayley going to AEW.
AEW.
I would like that.
Because Mercedes posted a thing on, I guess, her Instagram or something where it was, like, an image of...
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And it was, like, it said, like, Mercedes Moné versus... whatever Bayley's real name is. It's something with like a D something Mendez.
D's nuts Mendez.
No, but like it was her real name.
Yeah. I forget what it is.
I'm guessing what she would wrestle under.
Yeah, she's another one I never understood how she got over past NXT.
She's a good wrestler, It's just that they don't do anything with her.
Do you remember Emma? Did you ever see Emma from NXT? That's all her name was, Emma. She got caught shoplifting later, and they fired her and then rehired her within the span of like 2 tweets. But she used to have this stupid dance that was like really cool. Like her, at the same time, Adam Rose was coming around. Adam Rose's gimmick.
Rose Buds.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Adam Rose's gimmick was cool at Full Sail, where there was like 2 or 3 rows of seats and you felt like you were at a bar, you know? Would have worked at Daly's place, too. But then you bring it into the arenas and it's like, nobody gives a flying fucking shit whatsoever. And he was annoying. And he couldn't really wrestle either.
I have a question around the same era. Was Justin Gabriel any good?
Yeah, but he never really got past anything. Past like,
I know he was in the Nexus.
Oh yeah, big fucking deal. That was like the highlight of his career there. He was better on the indies than like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Ring of Honor as PJ Black. He had more. He was better.
Not to be confused with Tyler Black.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. Generational
I told
talent.
you I found that there is a match. It actually might be on my computer from that Bryan Danielson drive he gave me for my 18th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Where there is a match at this event called Ring of Honor Bound by Hate, like 2007. It's Danielson versus Kenny Omega versus Tyler Black.
Really? And I found that for you?
Maybe.
And because I was going to say, I wouldn't keep that for myself. Hold on, because I have YouTube converters and Daily Motion converters. Daily Motion's got really good wrestling. All right, so Danielson. Let's see if YouTube has it. Omega.
I got something else open on my computer right now, so I can't check.
No. I'm checking it out right now. I'm seeing if I can get it on YouTube.
Our sacred scars
11-8-08.
show who we are.
No, here it is. Bound by Hate. You know what? I'm going to get it right now just for the fucking hell of it. Hold on.
I don't know of any of the other matches. I guess I know that.
No, it's there. It's like 18 minutes long. It must be. That's good enough to have. Have all those guys.
Just for the names involved.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny's Ring of Honor career isn't anything to write home about, but that's not necessarily all his fault. He was a lot younger. His gimmick, like, he should... The whole thing with him shaking the ropes like the Ultimate Warrior pissed off a lot of fucking people, dude.
Why?
Because it was...
People actually liked the Ultimate Warrior?
No, it was just stupid. Like, nobody liked it at all. Like, he was kind of puny. I think he came up there. That's why Cornette always had such shit to say about him. I think he came up there when Cornette was running the book. All right, I just got it. So,
whatever. Fuck him.
But anyway, let's get back here. Yahoo Sports gave the C+ to Yahoo Sports. I'm never going on here again. C+ to the women's tag match. A B+ to Danhausen and McDonough. I don't see why.
McDonough, the Irish troll.
Lyra Valkyria defeated Bayley by submission at 10:29. She got a B. And Rhodes and Punk defeating Gunther and Sami Zayn got an A. Nick Aldis emerging from under the ring. That's pretty good. Cody and Nick Aldis, I just did them for the channel for the SmackDown show Friday night. I just did Cody and Nick Aldis from All In.
Now, what name do you use for that?
For that particular, I use all different ones. I use from like SmackDown versus Raw, like the original one, all the way up to like 2K25. Anything I have, like 2K19, I had a whole independent card on. So I have Cody Rhodes versus Nick Aldis at All In 2K19. And then in like WWE 12, I did CM Punk versus Chris Hero, the 2 out of 3 fall match for IWA Mid-South. Because I have a whole indie card and I had an IWA ring. So
IWA Mid-South.
Yeah.
Oof. That takes me back. Oof.
Yeah, it takes you back. Yeah, and it's in that same garage where the Tracy Smothers riots in.
That's a great video.
It was fucking insane, dude. Like, they should have like cattle prodded his ass or something. He was out of control.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm still not sure if that was kayfabe or not.
No, I don't. No. The one guy that he punched in the face over by the bathroom. If you remember what spot I'm talking about, if we can break it down like that, and he thumbed somebody in the eye really bad too, just like boink. And I'm like, oh my god, but he duked some guy right in the fucking nose. Because remember, I was saying that kid's gonna get fucking hit, and then he hit the kid. The kid was just standing there. He just happened to be. Tracy's huge. She was like 6'5".
Yeah, well, Because who's the other guy in the Young Stallions?
No, he wasn't in the Young Stallions. He was in the Young Pistols.
Okay, who's the other guy in the Young Pistols?
Steve Armstrong. He was another one of the Armstrong brothers with Brad and Jesse James.
Wait, as in Road Dogg?
Yeah, Road Dogg, Brad Armstrong, Steve Armstrong. There was another Armstrong. Bullet Bob was the father. He was real big down Georgia, down south, like in the territory. He was like Smoky Mountain commissioner for a while. Yeah, so.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, Bullet Bob. You know another guy named Bob that was crazy? Down in Florida, Bob Roop. He was an Olympian. I got videos of him beating the shit out of fucking recruits down at Championship Wrestling from Florida.
Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy.
Grab your bitches! Yo, I have so much. Championship Wrestling from Florida has so much training footage of like famous people getting trained, like Pat Patterson beating up Hulk Hogan. But Bob Roop, this guy I'm telling you about, who used to do like a lot of Texas, he beat the shit out of these kids, man. Oh my God,
it's not good.
No, it's not. I was saying he was rough. Somebody went up and that's where Hogan, like Hiro Matsuda, fucking broke his leg first in his tryout.
Well, that's how they used to train people. They would just beat the shit out of them.
As said when Johnny Rodz, who was a little fucking guy, who was like, you would never know it, that he was like a shooter back when I was a kid, because he was like the first match on the card at the Garden shows. He was this little dude. He was from like, where was he from? He was from New York somewhere, maybe Brooklyn. But you would have never known that he was a shooter. He would have kicked the shit out of you. Taz said if you asked any kind of questions, you got stretched. Stu Hart. Bret Hart used to say you would hear people screaming in the basement.
That's not good.
No, it's not. But, like, just think about it. Listening to the story, though. Well, why do you get so mad about it? It's not like you could go back in time and fucking do anything about it.
No,
You're just talking about it.
Like, I don't want you to be saying that this, like that this is how they should go back to training guys.
No, I wasn't going to. Why do you got to police the world before shit even happens? You're like some kind of fucked up version of Minority Report. God. Isn't there anything you like to make fun of? What do you like to make fun of?
Richie Aprile.
What's he been up to?
Did you hear about his clothes?
Yeah. I heard all about it.
Washing his clothes, and it was like black and red shit coming out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wine and soot all at the same time or something. He doesn't listen to the show, does he?
It's like that. If he was, he's probably too fucking stupid to realize.
Okay.
To realize it. But one of the things is, like when my mom told me about that, it just made me think of that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where there's the yuck puddle in the Ben's bathroom.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
It's this black liquid that Charlie can't clean up, and they think it's alive.
Jesus Christ, that show is great. That's going on their 18th season. I told you, I used to work with a lady whose kid went to high school with Mac at St. Joe Prep.
Oh, God.
All right.
Mac.
Where's AEW Redemption? Let's take a look here now. The Bell Center in Montreal, good town. I just got a whole bunch of videos from the old Maple Leaf Gardens shows. Bret Hart as Buddy the Cowboy Hart from like 1976 or something.
Wait, as Bret Hart was that?
Yeah.
In a cowboy gimmick?
Yeah, he was originally Cowboy Bret Hart when he came to the WWF, too. You don't see a lot of this stuff. You really got to hunt around for it, too.
Oh, God.
All right,
this
so
is not going to be another masturbatory Bret Hart tribute match.
Oh, my God. Can't have enough of this. All right, July 26th, AEW Redemption at the Bell Center. Now, this is looking like a throwaway pay-per-view to me. Not that the action's going to be bad, but I don't see a lot of titles changing hands. You know what I mean?
It doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to watch it.
I mean, I could see here. Like, let's go down the list. We got 8 matches, right? So far.
Yeah.
Thekla versus Willow Nightingale. Singles match for the AEW World Championship. Willow just coming back. Can lose this one. Besides, Thekla, I think, needs to solidify her reign by beating Mercedes at All In. And something needs to boost. The ticket sales have gone down significantly each year. They need to do something to get... For All In, dude, it was like 80,000, 50,000. We're not even at 30 right now. And we got a month to go, just about, maybe 5 weeks. So they got to do something to put people in there. And the British fans love their wrestling. So, Mark Davis versus Andrade El Idolo. Singles match for the AEW National title. Now, aren't they both in the Don Callis family?
No, Andrade's a face now. Haven't you been keeping up?
No, I haven't been, dude.
He left at the last pay-per-view.
I got demonetized again. I got remonetized, and a month later they took it away from me.
At Forbidden Door, he turned face.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I fell asleep. That's right. But Mark Davis or Andrade, this title, I mean, that could go either way. It's not involved in a big program right now, the national championship. But
a Continental Breakfast Championship.
Where's that at? That's down further. Kenny versus Kevin Knight. Kenny's going over there. I mean, if they book Kevin Knight and Will Ospreay for, I mean, that's a good match. But we actually saw that at Dynasty, remember? That was Dynasty at Falcon Crest, Santa Barbara. That's we saw
our AEW Days of Our Lives.
AEW Another World. AEW General, like Fuji General or Fuji Vice. Did you ever know about that on the old TNT show? They used to have skits on that, Tuesday Night Titans, and it was always Morocco and Fuji, and they couldn't fucking act worth a shit, right? They had like Fuji Vice instead of Miami Vice, and they were like detectives. It was awful. Fuji General was my favorite, where Morocco's a doctor. Oh god, it's fucking terrible. Fucking awful. The Painmaker, Chris Jericho versus Tommaso Ciampa in a no-holds-barred match. That'll be fucking awesome.
No, it won't. Tommaso's got to do his best there, but he's going to have to do his best. And I like Ciampa.
Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito for the international title. I definitely think Kyle beats Bandito. Isn't Bandito Ring of Honor World Champion still?
Yeah, if anyone cares about that.
Well, because if he is, why would you settle for a secondary title in another federation? Because Ring of Honor sucks donkey dick. That's why. They should just mothball it. Fucking shit.
Hey, you know whose AEW title reign has now surpassed? Or no, Athena's women's title reign in Ring of Honor has now surpassed Roman's Universal title reign.
But has it surpassed Jeff Jarrett's Texas
Deathmatch Championship?
No, it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre Championship, not Texas Deathmatch. It was Texas Deathmatch. It'd be worth talking about.
I don't know, because he still has it, but also I think is it Teton who's been World Welterweight Champion in CNLL for like 2,500, like 2,000 days or some shit?
I don't know. That's just Spanish for tit, you know.
No, but also that's what they do down there when it comes to titles, you know? Guys will hold them, not defend them. It's just normal.
Yeah, well, they don't defend them all the time in real fucking sports like boxing and shit. Why would they do it here?
Well, because titles aren't as big of a deal in Mexico. They care more about...
No, and they also have more weight classes. They have middleweight, junior middleweight, shit like that. They have a lot more weight classes, though.
Social club.
Gotta go. I don't know. I want to think about it. Fuck that. What is there to think about? You gonna take care of his kids? Huh? If he's gone? Why you gotta do this to me? Alright. Cage and Coat defend the AEW World Tag Titles against Claudio and Pac. Please put Deacon Blackfire and John Denver out of their fucking misery.
God,
they can't, because they can't work. They don't look or make anybody else look good. They had to fucking play those those two grease monkey gas station attendants. What was that? The dogs.
You just don't. Hey, the dogs are good. They're funny.
Get the fuck out of here, my asshole.
They're feuding with the Bang Bang Gang now.
The Bang Bang Gang's back together. Is it just Juice Robinson and Jay?
No, there's also the Guns and.
Oh my God, Austin and Colton Gunn are back, huh?
Yeah, no, there's the Guns.
Don't
and
say
then
they never left.
There's also the Guns, and then there's Ace Austin.
Oh my God, he's in there too. He's a fucking.
Yeah.
What's he carry? Somebody has to carry all their bags. Might as well be him, right?
Like what Triple H used to do for the
Hey, look at him now. He's the guy. He runs it all. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't do a good job of it.
In another interesting tag team match, the Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay, versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Should be a good match.
Moxley, that's not as good of a name as Power and Glory.
Or the Young Stallions, or the Killer Bees, for that matter. And Hikaru Shida. What?
Who are the Killer Bees?
Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair. B. Brian Blair is an asshole. He's who we have to blame for Hannibal's existence, all right?
Wait, really?
How about I watched a fucking RF video thing the other day that Hannibal had posted about Ric Flair saying he was there when Brody got killed in Puerto Rico. And everybody else is like, there's no way he was there. He got like 20% of the gate. Nobody wanted to pay him that. He wasn't on the fucking card.
Who?
Flair, he wasn't there.
And then also, B. Brian Blair is the father of a friend of the show, a Dijak.
Oh my, no he's not. That's Wayne Bloom from the Beverly Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom.
Whatever.
They were the last, I think they were the last AWA Tag Team Champions, or the last AWA Tag Team Champions that anybody gave a shit about. They were the Wrecking Crew. Why Vince brought them in? What?
Who was the last ever AWA World Champion? You know that?
It was Larry Zbyszko. We went over this on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did it a long time ago. You looked it up because you didn't fucking believe me. When I lived it. I hung with the AWA till the end.
Larry Zbyszko.
Until they lost their TV on fucking ESPN. And I couldn't watch it anymore. But even when they were hot in the mid-'80s, they were on at like midnight on ESPN. There was no room for them. You had 2 hours of WWF on Saturday. You had a fucking hour of like Crockett, which nobody watched.
Also, I guess ESPN wasn't as big of a thing back then. So
no, it was.
I was just gonna say ESPN. That sounds like a good TV deal.
It was. World Class was on ESPN 5 days a week in the afternoon when I was a kid. It was all pre-taped. It wasn't live. And they never really did any pay-per-views or anything like that. But they had that. Then after that, you had Global Wrestling Federation from the same area, from Dallas.
Global.
Yeah, the Patriot. That's where Marcus Alexander Bagwell came from there. Harlem Heat. 1-2-3 Kid. I'm trying to think who else came out of there. Cactus Jack passed through there. Cactus Jack would wrestle there. He'd be on WCW Saturday morning. You'd see him on Global, like, during the week sometime, right? Doing the same moves, wearing the same fucking outfit. And then when ECW started up, you'd see him over there. He was a whore. He would go anywhere. But it's like you and a free meal, you whore.
So she told you that story about how
Richie Aprile. You chiseled Richie Aprile out of a dinner, yeah.
Not proud of it, but
Here we go again, motherfucker.
All right, and Hikaru Shida. I hate Chicky Pizza. It was better when it was Damon's. You're missing out, dude, when it was fucking Damon's, is all I gotta tell you.
Yeah, when you and Kevin would get fucking drunk and
yell at the spelling bee people, yeah. Hikaru Shida defends the TBS title against Maya World. Yeah, this is kind of like a in-between. But they have to do something because they have to keep pushing the narrative and everything about the world title and all that stuff because it has to be made to be important.
CEO. Now make me a bigger check. You lost all these stuff.
I hate when you sing. You tone deaf fucking monkey. What's going on with SummerSlam? What's the updated card?
Oh yeah, the 2 nights of SummerSlam that we fucking need for some reason.
Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I could care less about that. Punk versus Cody Rhodes I have more of an interest in because you haven't seen that. But
whatever.
What was I talking about? Just getting yourself over, right? And staying over. Nobody knows how to stay over anymore. Oh, Reigns does, because Reigns had a lot of practice because he wasn't over for like the first 8 years.
Well, because the reason no one can stay over is because that's not how AEW books them.
No, I'm talking about WWE.
That's not how WWE books them. AEW can keep people over.
Yeah, Cody can't stay over. Brock and Obafemi in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, did you see the thing about Roman talking about fighting Obafemi for the title? He was like, Oba's got to prove himself. And someone said in the comments, and I agree with this, it's like, you can't get pushed in this company unless you're over 38 years old.
What's the chance his leukemia comes back?
Oh, God. That's not something you wish for.
And maybe he's not as lucky this time. Well, you know what? Maybe the only way we get a change around here. That's terrible, but you know what? So's Liv Morgan against Io Sky that they're going to have.
And Io Sky's a good wrestler, but I just think that she's kept down by being in the Fed.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of good wrestling, this match may steal the night, or whichever night it's on. Penta versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, neither of those guys have any shot of getting pushed further than where they are.
Where they are. This is it, yeah. Gable had a shot, but I think it's past. Interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match since Rhea Ripley got hurt. I think it has to do with her eating disorder, too. Because she's got... I'm not making fun of her when I say she is ridiculously smaller than she was. And I don't think it's on purpose.
No, she suffers from an eating disorder. Which is, I hope she gets help for that. It's just...
Well, yeah, I just wanted to... Like, you remember how big she used to be and she used to fight the guys? The one problem is, it's tragic as it may be that she's having a problem, she's not believable as like an ass kicker. You know what I mean? Which you get smaller like that.
She is also just, needs medical help.
Well, yeah. Whatever. Should have been an attorney. 6-man tag team match. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys. Solo's not in the bloodline anymore? All right, Steve hasn't been in the bloodline. Never mind. I heard that he had joined it by some bad source.
I don't know.
Versus main event Jay, Big Jim, and Jacob Fatu. Ugh.
I don't give a fuck about Samoan family drama.
It's LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys. Yeah, that ain't just... yeah, let's put Solo in there and give him worthless fucking sideshow number 1. And this guy, who's a big, swole motherfucker, who's never going to... This is the highest he's ever going to be is right now in the Bloodline feud, Royce Keys. Royce, go make me some keys at fucking True Value. How about that?
He was more over in AEW.
Sure he was. And I don't know why you don't... And I think the fact that WWE changes their names kills some of their momentum. Like when you heard Powerhouse Hobbs was coming, he debuted at the Royal Rumble, remember? And they had his name come up and it said Powerhouse Hobbs and they broke it up. I'm like, why even acknowledge that he was Powerhouse Hobbs? Why don't you make it like when I was a kid where they wouldn't acknowledge people like when they would come over?
Powerhouse.
Flair was the first one they had to because he was just so big.
Powerhouse. East side. Down low.
I still think he should have forearm shivered fucking Rusev's wife.
You always fucking talk about that.
Because I think it would have given him some heat. I mean, I'm not saying he hurts her for real, but they could have worked out a spot.
It's difficult to have spots because of how TV works, apparently. It's difficult to have spots where you have male wrestlers put their hands on female wrestlers.
You also have to have a woman who can do it. Like I have to go back and bang this drum again. Sensational Sherry.
All the times, yeah, I know. She was kidnapped and assaulted.
No, but she could take a beating because she got beat up her whole career coming up by men. She was fucking rough as nails, dude. I'm watching WrestleMania 4. I'm on tape 2 right now.
WrestleMania 4.
The
Is
tournament.
that a good one?
That's the tournament, yeah. The Savage ones.
Yeah, but isn't that where the crowd's dead because it's in one of the... It's all Trump's people and they don't actually like wrestling?
Yeah, now that I go back and watch it, but it doesn't mean the action's not bad. Savage beats Butch Reed, Greg Valentine, One Man Gang, and Ted DiBiase all in one night. DiBiase only had to wrestle 3 times. He beat Duggan, he beat Don Morocco, and Hogan and Andre got a buy into the second round right away. So they drew. So DiBiase had no semifinal opponent. And he waited to face the winner of the Gang and Savage, and the Gang got disqualified because the ref saw him beating Savage with Slick's cane.
Oh yeah, Slick. That was
the Doctor of Style, the fucking pimp. He looked like a fucking cab. I was so racist. He looked like a cab driver.
Hey, where are the white women at?
So, but yeah,
pimping ain't easy, man. Pimping ain't easy, man. Grab your bitches!
Now you know why I keep that stuff.
Well, yeah, because that's not on, like, the network. It's actually kind of hard to find. It's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, you know what else is hard to find? Fucking Raw is Benoit, the tribute. I have that. Oh, that's good. Some good matches on there, though.
I remember someone was talking, because I told you, I was reading that whole thread of, like, wrestling conspiracy theories.
All right, well, what are some of them?
God, okay, I don't exactly remember all of them, because it was like 4 a.m. when I was reading this. I was trying to read myself to sleep.
Okay.
A lot of stuff about the Montreal screw job, and who thought it was a work, and who thought it was a shoot. Stuff about Benoit, and how WWE knew there was something up with him already, and how they're kind of responsible for him killing his family.
Well, I think that's plausible. But I've heard a lot of other things. Like, you heard those things about Benoit where, like, oh, he never even drank. Or Chuck Palumbo said he used to eat pills when they used to eat, like, people wouldn't drive with him, shit like that.
Well, apparently there was something where he was, like, trying to shoot Daniel up with HGH because he didn't like how short.
I've heard that one. I don't know about that. I also heard that Daniel had Fragile X syndrome, which is something like rare that you get where like you're real brittle.
And then there was something else with, one of the Estradas getting killed. I think it was Abismo Negro.
Oh, did they bring up about the midgets I talked about 1 week?
No, actually, let me find this Reddit thread.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm willing to wait for this. But I'll tell you about one. Listen to this one. I listened to an interview on YouTube with Gorgeous George, that used to date Savage.
One of the original heels.
No, not that Gorgeous George. Gorgeous George, the woman. Randy Savage. In the late 90s, Randy Savage bought all the trademarks to Gorgeous George, and he gave it to this girl that he was dating and brought her into WCW. But she was interviewed and talking about how he was like crazy and had cameras all over the place and used to watch her like 17-year-old sister, and apparently on camera like wanted to fuck her and all this stuff. But apparently, she said he talked to her about Stephanie McMahon. It's the first time I ever heard anybody actually talk about that he might have said something about it.
Also, obviously, the thing about, Shawn and Vince being in a homosexual relationship.
I heard they shit on each other all the time back in the 90s.
Let's see. What's the most recent one?
Rick Rude killed himself because he shot Viagra straight into his dick, and they were going to have to cut it off. I would kill myself if he said I had to cut my dick off. I would kill myself.
Okay, I'm not sure if I can find the exact thread, but Stephanie and Nick Khan leaked the hush money payments to the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, I always thought that. They didn't want Vince to come back. They voted against him coming back.
Dwayne Johnson and trying to make a play for creative power behind the scenes and that not working.
I always thought that too. That's how that whole thing happened.
The whole roster being kidnapped and held hostage in Saudi Arabia was because the Prince and Vince had a disagreement over payment.
Could have happened. What are you talking about, the Estradas? We're not talking about the Estrada that threw the hooker off the roof, right?
Elias and Ezekiel are the same person.
That is true. He is the same person, isn't he?
Punk purposely got himself fired.
Yeah.
Vince properly lost it after Kevin Owens headbutted him for real on SmackDown due to head trauma. Which I guess was in 2017.
I don't know about that.
Kermit the Frog account leaking news was Triple H. Punk was doing things during the end of his AEW run to be let go and bring secrets back to WWE.
I can see that.
Cody left AEW because TK hated Brandy's ideas.
How about, listen, Punk was seen backstage at a couple of WWE shows. Remember?
Yes, people were citing that.
And he also had that stint where he was that SmackDown post-show commentator.
WWE using bots to drive up online hate against AEW. I think that's true.
I could see that.
Dustin is Cody's actual dad. I think that's possible.
No, I think one of them is Dickie Murdoch's kid.
Dickie Murdoch.
Yeah. Ku Klux Klan, Dickie Murdoch.
Imperium broke up because Giovanni Vinci made a pass at Tiffany, and his subsequent burial and release were his punishment.
Why would anybody else care about that?
Because Ludwig Kaiser was
but Ludwig is
at the time.
I don't see Ludwig having any kind of pull. That's like when CM Punk tells that story about Jack Perry yelling at fucking creative and everybody and swearing at Shivani about the fucking breaking the glass. And I'm like, who the fuck does Perry think he is? Oh, and by the way, did you hear there was little to no interest in Jack Perry by WWE? I think that's a mistake. Can I say that right now? I think you could have drawn actual money with that fucking kid and Punk. And I think Punk would do it. Jack Perry. But what happens when the WWE people don't know?
Beat up Sheamus.
I could see that. Yoshitatsu, I heard, is fucking tough.
Bruce Pritchard is the Zodiac Killer.
What?
I'm just reading shit.
What? That's a fucking joke. That's like the credits at the end of Hot Shots where there's a recipe for chocolate brownies in there for a minute. That's a fucking joke. What else you got?
The Montreal screw job was all a work, and everybody knew it was a work.
Now, people said that. The first person I ever heard say that was back right after it happened was Georgie Animal Steel.
And I've also seen the other thing that was in one of these threads that it was all work, and Brett went over to WCW to sabotage it.
Yeah, but he didn't even need to. They sabotaged him, and it just sabotaged everything.
And he was going to come back within 6 months, but then Owen died, and then he didn't want to come back.
Do you remember the story I told you Bret Hart said about Georgie Animal Steel? When he said one week he was doing coke with them backstage. Then they made him an agent. He goes, he finds me, because me, my brother Owen, and Randy Savage were traveling together. I was driving. He goes, he fined us $500 each for being 2 minutes late. He goes, and he had Crohn's disease. He had this beautiful Halliburton briefcase with his colostomy bags in it. He goes, Randy stole it, and we got halfway over a bridge in New York. He goes, my brother threw it out the fucking window into the water. That's a fucking dick move, dude.
The thing about, WWE's doctor not clearing Danielson on purpose.
That always seemed weird to me. That he was ready to go and they just wouldn't take him.
Because they didn't want to interfere with Reigns' babyface push.
Yeah, it was bad enough that they both started around the same time. Because I told you, the year Bryan beat John Cena at SummerSlam And then right before that, I mean, the whole thing with Randy Orton and going into the three-way at WrestleMania 30 against
Triple
Randy.
H tore his quad on purpose in 2002 so that he wouldn't have to work the invasion angle because he knew it was going to be shit.
It was 2001, but yes.
Whatever. WWE are testing the waters for a Vince return.
Possibly.
Steve Austin's hospitalization the night before WrestleMania 19 was cover story for a drug overdose.
Oh, well, Steve's a big piece of shit, dude. Like, for real. I told you, like, he beat every one of those wives of his. I mean...
Whoever said that Samoa Joe is secretly Mexican but played himself off as Samoan because he knew his body type wouldn't be accepted in Lucha Libre.
Well, who knows, man?
William Regal being a WWE spy in AEW.
Maybe.
Sami Zayn and El Generico are the same person.
That's fucking true. That's not even disputed. Who wrote this? A 10-year-old?
Becky Lynch had to miss No Mercy 2016 and couldn't defend her title against Alexa Bliss because she was in the hospital for a, quote, non-wrestling related injury. That, to my knowledge, has never been disclosed. One rumor I saw was that she missed the show because she was aborting her and AJ Styles' love child.
This is after her and Seth were together, right?
No, this is 2016.
But
I don't know how long they've been together.
AJ, well, it's good because that kid's name would have been AJ something. That's his fucking tattoos on his ribs. He's like fucking George. He's like the white George Foreman. Name's all the fucking kids George.
Ronda Rousey didn't want to take the pin at Mania, so that's why Becky had to really hold her down, and the finish looked so hurried and awkward.
Yeah, I could see that. She was a pain in the ass. You could tell she was going to be a pain in the ass.
CM Punk hold the famous press conference muffin stunt because if he didn't, the main story of the night would have been how he got immediately injured after winning a world title for the second time in 4 months.
Yeah.
Even though she's fantastic due to her comparison to China, Triple H books Rhea Ripley strongly because there's still guilt lingering about how his relationship with China ended.
That's total, like, fucking projection. Like, you can't, like, have a conspiracy based off of how a guy you don't even know might be feeling. That's stupid.
His real name was Andre D. Giant. He was also an ancient weapon. Okay, that's a One Piece reference.
What the fuck?
The real reason Triple H buried Booker T at WrestleMania was to protect his boys in the clique. Everyone remembers the insanely racist storyline and the 30-second gap between the pedigree and the pin. What people forget is that Kevin Nash returned shortly after WrestleMania 19 and then began a multi-month program that was basically Triple H and Flair versus HBK and Nash. Booker T was getting super over, and it was the babyface world champ. And if he was the babyface world champion, that would have overshadowed the riveting Two Dudes with Attitudes reunion, and Kevin Nash would have had no heel champion to challenge. Booker had to go back to the mid-card so Triple H could keep working with his friends.
Let me tell you how bad Kevin Nash was, too, at the time. And then he left to go make that scene in The Punisher where he actually really got stabbed by Thomas Jane. Fucking stabbed him right in the chest with a fucking knife. But he cut his hair, and it was white. He had the white crew cut, and he looked like he did when he was Oz in WCW in like 1991. I swear to God, I have it. Halloween Havoc 91, Oz versus Bill Kazmaier.
WWE intentionally booked Baron Corbin to lose his Money in the Bank cash-in to punish him for calling out an in-house doctor for downplaying concussions. I have heard that several times.
I could believe that.
One that I heard recently is when Art Barr began wrestling as a genetic... I don't care about that one.
Wait. Art Barr? No. Read it. Art Barr. Beetlejuice. Read it.
Is when Art Barr began wrestling in WCW as a generic Beetlejuice-type character to track the family base. He had recently been convicted of a sexual assault, and all the local stations carrying WCW received faxes from a fax machine in Connecticut alerting them about that. The backlash was so huge that Art Barr was eventually released by the company.
I was 10 years old around there, and I remember hearing that he got in trouble with something where they had to let him go, and I think it was sex-related. I remember hearing that.
WWE. Oh yeah, WWE. The European indie wrestlers side that tried to sign Mike DiVecchio, Angie Black, Zoltan Knockout Brothers by WWE last year were intended for NXT Europe. However, the company saw the European market was not large enough to sustain a show, leading to NXT EU being on hold.
NXT Europe. I haven't even actually seen anything of NXT Europe.
No, well, because they were trying to when they were trying to sign Ospreay. Mm-hmm. The thing was that he would be their main star.
Which makes sense, but nobody over here, you'd be paying him. You wouldn't be paying him as much as Tony Khan. Anyway. You'd be paying him for, like, the mainstream public would never see him.
When AJ Styles was potentially injured for Final Battle 2015, ROH considered having Hulk Hogan face Jay Lethal for the belt so Hogan could look good after his sex tape got released.
You would have booked Hulk Hogan against the black man?
And in this one,
let me tell you something, N-word. I mean, Lethal.
I have never seen Repo Man and the Hamburglar in the same place.
Oh, for crying out loud. Those are just dumb when they throw them in there. Like that Sami Zayn and the fucking El Generico were the same person. No fucking shit. It's like saying Kevin Steen and Kevin Owens are the same person. They are.
Dixie Carter's parents bought the majority stake in TNA for her to run to keep her from pushing for an executive position at Panda Energy, knowing that she was incompetent.
Okay. I mean, I think there's a lot of there's some truth to that. Look at Tony Khan. You don't let Tony Khan near the fucking Jaguars. He doesn't do a good job there. He does a better job at wrestling.
Christian buying a Malaysian slave. I've heard that before.
You can't be good at everything. You know what I mean? So.
Brock Lesnar pinned Undertaker by force at WrestleMania 30 to break the streak.
No, that's crap. Undertaker will always do business.
The Ultimate Warrior died in the early 90s from a steroid overdose, and his twin brother took over the gimmick.
Well, I mean, then they're both dead now.
Stephanie and Macho.
The one thing about I can't believe that people. There's actually videos on YouTube about how Kerry Von Erich is the second Warrior. I'm like, when? They're like in 1992, and I'm like, did you see Kerry Von Erich in 1992? Like he was so close to suicide right there. He was not. WWF would have never. I don't think there was certain he couldn't travel even. Like he died in early '93. He killed himself.
There are two Devon Dudleys.
What?
The first one, there are two Devon Dudleys. The first one has hair and significantly less beef. Vince had him quietly executed after he failed to get the Reverend Devon character over. The second Devon is bolder and beefier. He debuted at Survivor Series 2002 and has been posing as a false heir to the Big Daddy Dudley estate ever since.
Oh, that's funny. But I will tell you, when they split up the Dudley boys in the first draft, I was like, why? You put Brother Devon and Deacon Batista. That's how Batista came up. And then you had but Brother Devon did better than Bubba Ray did on his own. It wasn't until he left and became Bully Ray and that was years.
Yeah, well, then they went into
they
TNA,
both left. They both left, and they were Team 3D, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, they went to TNA, and they had the fish, and they had a fish market match with Curry Man, and I forget who Curry Man's partner was.
Look out! Merman.
And then one of the things on there that I saw, the big one, is that Roman is the biggest backstage politicker in decades, where he has a stranglehold over WWE creative.
It is awful. Like, there's nothing more bland than, like, I need so much salt on that WWE to eat it. Like, it's so bland.
Between him and Paul Heyman, they control everything.
Well, you can't blame Paul. Paul just wants to be involved with the main event people. You know what I mean? You always made more money when you're involved in the main event. But, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to like anything WWE related. I like, even though I don't agree with a lot of AEW stories, they're all based around wrestling. So I have to give it to them for that. But I don't know. I'm glad we got the showing because I got 4 days this week to work on it where I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to be just me and the kids. So by the time this plays, what?
Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Grab your chest.
Well, yeah. Once this airs, it'll be 2 days before Redemption, so we'll have highlights.
AEW Redemption.
We'll have review the next week and everything. So, all right, you can say goodnight to the good people.
Okay, this is Detective Mike Hunt, Beaver Falls Police Department. Sign off.
Good night, everybody. This is Mary Nucci Galtieri.
Get your hand off my penis!